Now, beginner's tips that you need to know, as a beginner, so that you can, go into broiler farming and come out successful. Okay, there are tips you should know. All right, and one of the tips is know that your first batch of bird is your learning ground. Okay, you will use your first batch to learn a lot of things, know how the birds behave, know how to feed the bird, know how to give them water, know the futures of chicks. Some people want to cash out at their first batch. They'll say, I heard that a broiler farming is very, very lucrative, so they'll say, I'll use this one to cash out. No, your first batch is your learning ground. Put that in mind. Number two is that you should know that in broiler farming, mortality is always there. So when you lose a bird, don't panic. It's part of your learning process. It is with time you start growing. Okay, you start growing, and then you'll now master the tricks in raising birds. There are people that can raise bird without mortality. Sometimes it's not from the first batch. Sometimes you might be lucky, sometimes you might not be lucky. Okay, so know it that in broiler production, mortality is there. So when you see it, don't panic. Okay, the number three thing is that you should know that brooding your bird the first week of their life is very, very important. Okay, because when you get these birds, there are possibilities that you will see the weak ones, and most of the times these weak ones, they don't survive. Okay, they don't survive. So when your bird gets to your farm, know that that first week is very, very important prior to the second week. Okay, so you need to know how your birds are behaving. Some will be standing, not eating. Some will be drinking water. Some will be trying to survey the whole environment. Go here, they will pick this one. Go here, they will pick this one. And some will just be sleeping. Some will be looking sick. So it is that time you should start doing some necessary things to make sure that your birds are okay. Sometimes when you put up some efforts, the weak one, you can easily recover them. Okay, you can easily recover them. Then the fourth one is that know that it's the broiler farming is not all about feeding and drinking of water. There are other things that you need to do. Your management must be key. Okay, when you see somebody that produces some batch of birds, you see that the birds they grow very well, they came out very well, they are they amount to so much weight. Know that the management of that person is superb. All right, so you need to work on your management, your litter management, your feeding management, your medication, the vaccination, everything, your lighting, the heat, the temperature, the humidity, everything need to come into play to get a good management that will make your bird to come out well. Another one is record keeping. A lot of farmers, as they are doing their farming, they don't keep record. You need to keep record of the number of birds that came to your farm. You need to keep record on the feeding, your transportation, your expenses. You need to keep record on medications. Okay, you need to keep record on everything that had to do with the batch of bird that you brought. It's very, very important, because if you don't keep record, you won't know what you are doing. Any farmer that is not keeping record, that farmer is not a farmer yet. Okay, you need to keep record. Record keeping in poultry farming is very, very important. All right, so these are the things that you should look out for when you are brooding your bird. And another one, again, the last one, know that each batch have its own challenges. Please put this in your mind. Each batch have its own challenges. You might get this set of batch, it will just move smooth. There's another batch that you will get, you will suffer on it. So prepare your mind. That is why when you want to go to poultry farming, psychologically, you need somebody to guide you psychologically, or you need somebody to talk to you so that psychologically you'll be okay, because there are some things you will see in poultry farming. If you don't hold yourself, you might develop BP. I am talking by experience. So there are things now, if I see, I don't get move. I try and manage the situation, and you see that it will come out well. I don't want to be sick before taking care of my birds. So psychologically, you need to be sound if you want to go into poultry farming. I hope these tips will help you as a beginner. Make sure you share this video. See you in my next one. Bye for now.